All right, so first and foremost, we hope that all of you are doing well during this great time of change. We hope that you are safe, you are with family. We are always committed to documenting the journey, and as things continue to shift and move, we want to make sure that we get on and we say that we hope you all are well and provide some updates on our end. So let's get into it. All right, so clearly we are going through quite a bit of change, not just in our personal lives, but also the way that the current times affect the way that we work and the way that we organize. And so, for us at Thoughtium, that has meant really just navigating change, continuing to lead in ways that we can. And we thought we would share a little bit on our process over the last couple of weeks, because it's been a little bit different than maybe what we're used to, and it's challenged us as leaders to step in new ways. So I'm here with my co-founder, Norm. Welcome to the vlog, Norm. You all know Norm as a leader here at Thoughtium. And Norm's really been at the forefront of really designing business continuity for Thoughtium and also for our clients. Mm-hmm. So Norm, maybe talk a little bit about, as this news started to escalate, some of the things that you were thinking about as a business leader, and maybe one of the first few things that we immediately put in place for our people and for our clients.
Yeah, I remember on Thursday, you and I were in the office and we were trying to figure out how do we create some immediate security for our people. So I remember immediately we said Friday, everybody's working from home, and we'll take the weekend to really think about what is this going to look like for our employees. And I think what was unique is we didn't have anybody else to look up and say, what are we doing? It was really us as leaders making that decision. So we didn't have a BCP department. We didn't have anywhere else to look but for ourselves. So I think for us, what we did was we really focused on, again, the safety and security of our people. And then we took the entire weekend and said, okay, what is this going to look like in a virtual first environment? And what does it look like to put people at the forefront, to have connection and communication really at the forefront, higher touch points, ways for us to really feel like even if we're at home, we're together. And then how do we balance that with the client deliverables and really the productivity or efficiency that it requires to be a client services organization. So, we really sat down and were really thoughtful, and I think throughout the week, we had daily stand-ups we started every day. Everybody was on video. It allowed us to see everybody's face. And I think what was unique is people were actually sharing where they were at. We had several times where emotion came forward. And I think throughout my career, rarely has that been something that's been led with in terms of the business forum. So
absolutely,
maybe comment on that.
For sure. And as things continue to evolve and change, we're finding that we need to create more and more space for our people to step into the work in a way that is still meaningful for them, that they can still manage, especially now in our virtual environment. And also for people to just be able to express some of their concerns and some of their thoughts as it pertains to how this is affecting their life, as well as potentially how it's affecting their work. And so creating these very frequent virtual touch points. So every morning at 8:30, we get on the line with our team, we go around the horn, and the first thing that we do is we create the space for people to just comment on kind of what they're going through, how they're experiencing this change. And that could shift from day to day, which is really, really interesting. The second thing that we've done is we've put in place a weekly update meeting that is delivered by the business owners ourselves. And this is a way that we can provide critical business updates every Friday morning, because we're finding that these updates need to come more frequently. And so we get everybody on Zoom on Friday morning, we provide those business updates, and again, we allow our folks to be able to react and respond. And we have found that just establishing immediately that cadence of communication, that business continuity, has almost created this kind of virtual infrastructure that we have in place where we feel very connected to our people. Yep. And I know our people feel very connected to each other. And that connection, that creating the space, has been the number one ingredient. Now, I'll be real, we haven't figured it all out. We continue to have these changes affect our team and affect our business in unique ways. But as long as we create the space for ourselves to have those touch points and that kind of regular channel of communication, I think we're going to be just fine. Let's talk a little bit about maybe, Norm, what you're seeing out in the marketplace and how this change has affected our clients and maybe some of the things that we're doing to ensure business continuity with our clients.
Sure. So a couple things that we've noticed. We've heard a theme around empathy and resilience. And so one thing, you rarely see those two words together. So I'm really curious to see, as people are empathizing not only with maybe your individual situation or your community situation, but even just from a business environment standpoint, and then the resilience it takes to get through this change. So I'm just curious, again, as those two things are coming together and showing up in the workplace, really curious to see how that's going to play out. As far as the business environment, this virtual first, I think, is again challenging maybe the construct of a traditional building in a 9-to-5 environment. Mm-hmm. And so when I think about what this could look like, maybe there are going to be more flexible, maybe work environments or even work structures, or even taking some live events where you're having these large meetings, and maybe those do get more right-sized, or they become more virtual, or maybe there's less travel. So I think that there's something about this virtual first that I think is really going to fundamentally shift, I think, the way business is done today.
Yeah, and I'll add, we commented before about ensuring that we can make our interactions human with our team. Mm-hmm. Our interactions with our clients have gotten a lot more human.
Couldn't agree more.
And I'll tell you, that has been almost a welcome component to all of this change, is that people are prioritizing connection, whether that is in a client relationship or whether that's in a team relationship. And we've seen that come through in the way that we're interacting with our clients, of course, virtually. We're challenging some of our clients to create some space of their own, to open up meetings in different ways, to go around the horn and share some good news. Yeah. And that has really impacted the energy that is put forward in an environment. And so, as Norm mentioned, this common ingredient of empathy, and the combination of that and the ability to push through that resilience is something that has really, really made its way to the forefront of our work. And at the end of the day, we are up for this. This is where leaders lead. I know there's a lot of organizations out there that are dealing with their own challenges. Yep. We definitely are ourselves. But we signed up for this, and this is something that we can kind of put a smile on our face and say, this is a really interesting challenge for us to put people first, for us to prioritize connection, for us to continue to create space in different ways. And we hope that you all are doing that. We hope that you all are safe and connecting in your own ways. We continue to just be excited about the challenges ahead, and we're excited to create the space to connect with you all on an episode by episode basis. Thank you all. Be safe.